You know, you mentioned it, Keith, the Vasiliy Lomachenko fight. How'd you score it? How'd you see it? Who'd you think won?
Yeah, you know, the defense was just too good. His arms were just too short. There was, you know, he put in a great effort. How do you say Lomachenko looked bad? You know, that's impossible. You know what I'm saying? You don't say Lomachenko looked bad in a fight, you know, but just because you don't look bad don't mean that you win, you know? Just because you didn't get, really beat up doesn't mean that you didn't lose. At the end of the day, I saw the activity, like on the inside, boom. He was getting caught with these like little right hands, man. There's just a lot of little punches. They both had a great output. But I just think the better man was Haney. It was kind of, by the time I got to the 9th round, I think Loma could have won every round and it still would have been like pretty much a draw. So I actually personally, I stopped watching the fight in the 10th round. I thought I've seen enough. No matter what Loma does, there are judges that can say that he still didn't win this fight. Loma has a tendency of doing a lot of good boxing, but not taking the round. You're fighting the undisputed champion. Like we said, did you beat the champion? You're fighting a kid who's undefeated, who boxed brilliantly against you. That Olympic style boxing, almost certain European styles and Russian styles, he gives too much space. He gives too much space. He's got to, he's fighting bigger guys, and he needed to give his head into the chest a little bit more and dog them out and win rounds with a little bit of force, not just some pretty movement. And in between, there's a lot of downtime. And I just think Haney was just as active as Loma, and he was sneaking in some beautiful counters throughout the night. Loma was walking in to check hooks. I just saw Loma getting caught over and over again. And anything that he did that popped up on a highlight, was it enough to win a round? It's very hard. Scoring boxing is can be tough and challenging sometimes. And we all love Lomachenko. We love what he brings to the sport. He has a beautiful boxing style, tremendous talent, and he'll always be respected for that. But I think he should go down and go back down and be in a division where he can dominate a little bit more.
Yeah, he is fairly undersized for 135. A lot of people cried robbery in this fight, but a lot of people are like, no, close fights aren't robberies. But a lot of the fans there, they thought Lomachenko won the fight. In your opinion, should they do an immediate rematch, and does it look any different?
Hey, Haney, man, if that was easy work for you, take the check, baby. Unless you're gonna take a big name. You're going to take a big name, and, why not? Loma's salty, just put some more salt on it and let him know it's kosher at the end of the day. He can't, he didn't beat you, and I don't think he can beat you. You know how to box him. You know his shortcomings, and Haney's just a tremendous athlete. And, a lot of times I feel like once you've done it once, you can do it again and you can do it better, So if, for him, if a few more bragging rights, at the end of the day, if he wants to go ahead and do it better and say, Loma's who's beat down Loma twice, who's really, and if he can pull away a little bit further for those naysayers, then you can shut all them up. But if you're not in your feelings and you don't care how people write up articles, baby, you can keep it moving forward. So no matter what him and his camp do from the sidelines, I'll respect it. He's a great champion, and the kid is nice to watch.
Going back to Gervonta, Keith, and Devin Haney, and Shakur now being in the mix. Out of those three, man, who do you think is going to be the guy that's going to be the king of the hill. Well, Devin is king of the hill. He's undisputed, but a lot of people have said like, hey, these other two could be potentially better than Devin.
Yeah. We love, I mean, I think Tank is more exciting. I think the world of boxing right now, I think it's really hard to not be a Tank Davis fan. And what we see with Shakur, he has a very bright future. So we just got to see how these chips fall and how they line up. I'm not sure how well that last Top Rank card did. I watched the event after the fact. I wasn't that I was interested in the fight, but I was a little too busy to catch it live. And so it's just like that. I just believe that he has all the belts, but that wow factor and that X factor, Tank being a power puncher, that's just what a lot of general fight fans love to see. They love to see something devastating. So tremendous talent, but he lacks that side of things. So he's just gonna have to fight everybody and prove himself. Similar to a Floyd Mayweather. You got to prove how great you are and that you really are the one that everybody needs to tune into each and every time that you fight.
Now moving on to you, Keith. When do we see the return, man? What do you have a date? What's going on?
Yeah, we're working on releasing a summer date.
Okay.
So I was a little too busy with the family. I have a newborn child that's 2 months old.
Oh, congratulations, man.
So I have 2 daughters now, girl dad, #girl dad one time, so 1 time, 2 times. Like I tell people, 2 world titles, 2 babies. We get more world titles,
more babies.
We'll see, man. But my daughter Ananda and my newborn Zella, they're blessings, and just taking care of the wife and the family. I was proposed a date before the Spence Crawford, but I just felt like it was pushing it with my weight management, because I feel like that's one of the biggest struggles. And I always wanted to be very well organized. So there was another summer date, and I said, let's do our best to lock that in. It hasn't been announced. It's not completely finalized, but we are working on that summer date. It shouldn't be too much longer after the 29th event. So I'm looking forward to that announcement within the coming weeks, whether hopefully we can finish all that and have that squared away within the next 2 to 3 weeks. And that's what I'm in here working for. No matter what, I got to get back. I want to get back in action, stay busy, and, one way, some way, somehow get ready for, fighting the potential winner, losers of this event. At the end of the day, Spence, Crawford, they still never been in the ring with Thurman, and it's just a tremendous fight out there. As long as fighters want to fight, they're going to need great fights to happen and great opponents, and Keith Thurman is and will always be that.
So an August return for you. Which opponents are you looking at? Are you able to say?
I don't want to really say, because
okay,
there's really like a plethora, like 4 guys out there. There's a few fights that have been rumored that haven't happened in announcements. So there's some potential opponents. If certain people aren't fighting, if they are fighting, those opponents are gone. If they're not fighting, I still have potential to fight certain fighters. So we just got to lock this all in, and everything's getting hectic because, one big fight, another big fight. But I'm going to get back, stay busy, moving. But it is what it is, man. I want the biggest fight that I can make happen, and I welcome all challengers. I've already said yes to pretty much all 4 names. So, getting me to agree to fight people is not a problem. Just getting the dates, locking it in, organizing the events. That's all the main issue is now. I sat on the bench long enough. We see what politically happened. Them boys are getting back to work. I'm getting back to work, and the welterweight division is getting back in action very soon.